Hello everybody, it's Dio from Firm But Fair Gaming, bringing you another video. Enjoying all the videos and content we produce, don't forget to click on that subscribe button, click on that like button, and don't be afraid to share. Don't forget to click on the notification button, customize it however you want, but that way you're notified whenever we publish another video. Hello everyone, and welcome to another WoW Shadowlands 9.2 video. Today we are going to be talking about rep farm, and the farm of course is for the Enlightened. That's the rep that we're after. And why do we want this? Because there's some rewards. So over here from the quartermaster, the main thing that I believe most people will be after is the memory of unity. So this is what unlocks the ability of not restricting one of our two legendaries to our belt. So of course one of the legendaries in 9.2, if you don't have this, it's going to be forced to be on the belt slot. So when we get this unlocked at Revered, we are going to be able to free up that slot, because if you could have a choice, you probably wouldn't want to have your legendary on your belt. There's much better pieces for stats and all the rest of that for min-maxing to have it on any other piece other than the belt. So this is what most people will be after. And again, we have to get up to Revered to get it. And this is probably the most prized possession from the rep rewards. Additionally, we could get the Font of Ephemeral Power. So this is basically a catch-up mechanic for those that miss some content, alts, new characters. Basically, it's going to help us get our conduits up to 226. So this, we get it friendly. So basically by doing the original entry into the zone, we're going to pretty much get this done. If you do an alt skip, it'll take a little bit more work, but it's pretty easy to get. It's going to help us catch up on our conduits. After that, we're going to look at some crafter's marks. So this is going to let us upgrade items to 233. And also the next one, the recipe for crafter's marks. So the first one is going to let us make items up to 262 item level. So this is similar to in Korthia, how we could have BOE blues that were 230. This is now from here in 9.2, this is the equivalent where we're going to be able to make items up to the 262 item level. So we get these both at Honored. Additionally, after that, there's also at Revered another Ghost Wolf transformation for the Shaman, and also there is the Contract of the Enlightened. So Inscriptionists will be able to craft this contract, and then at Revered, and then you could buy it off the auction house. And basically, while you're doing world quests, you'll be able to farm a little bit of rep for the Enlightened as well, if you want to go that route. After that, we have another upgrade at Revered to our conduits, so we'll be able to upgrade them to 239. So another nice little catch up there if we're having difficulty finding the right drops at a raid or Mythic Plus or what have you. So that'll also help there with some catch up. There is a mount at the Revered as well. And then at Exalted, we're going to get a toy that basically lets you acts as a hearthstone. And then also we get the Eternal Augment Rune. So this is for 50,000 gold, is going to replace the Veiled Augment Rune. Basically, it's an on-use item with a 1 minute cooldown, but still gives you a buff for an hour. So it basically is going to save you, depending on how many Augment Runes you're going to use, potentially save you some gold there. And also it removes the function of requiring to farm them or buy them off the auction house, because you'll just have this sitting in your inventory. On the last page here, we have a tabard, as well as we have another mount. So that's everything that we're going to be able to get once we get to the certain reputation levels. So friendly, honored, exalted, or revered and exalted, whatever have you. So now that we have talked about what we're going to get with the rep, let's discuss how we're going to get there. So of course, there are a few different ways that you can go about doing it. And let's go through all of them. So the main one that most people will be familiar with is the patterns within patterns. So this is the quote unquote bi-weekly quest. So really it's a quest that you get every 3 days here. And it's like Shaping Fate from Korthia. We're basically going to go around, help our allies, kill rares, loot treasures, and it's going to slowly build up progression. And once we get 100%, we come back, turn it in, and this is worth 500 rep. So this you can do every 3 days. So even in the first week here, we're going to get to do it twice, as well as it's going to open up there on day 7. So we could probably going to get 3 days or potential 3 turn-ins in the first week if you're able to knock it all out in the first day. And then of course we're going to get 2 more in the next week. And so basically we're going to get some weeks where we can turn it in 3, and most weeks we'll turn it in twice. But it's just an extra little 500 rep on those days where we can get, or on the weeks where we get the 3 turn-ins versus the 2. This is a little bit better versus the Shaping Fate for the Korthia, where it was just a weekly quest. So this is going to give us more rep and help us get through the reputation grind a little bit faster. One more method that is available to get 500 rep is the world boss. Now it's not yet out. It's going to be out next week in week 2 of 9.2, but it is supposed to be worth 500 rep as well. So you're going to want to make sure to do that every single week as well, as you don't want to miss out on that. On top of that, while the additional chapters come out, so here we are just at 3 of 7. As the additional chapters come out, we are actually going to be able to get 500 rep per chapter as we complete them. So we have the 7 chapters, so in total it's going to be 3,500 rep. So as that becomes available, it's just going to give us an extra little 500 rep each time towards the next level, which is going to be a nice little bonus there. So we're going to just get that organically while going through the Secret of the First Ones campaign. Next, when we get those little side quests that come with the little side storylines, so I'm thinking of the Pock with Ferrum over there in the chamber, as well as when we were helping out the brokers. I just had a mental lapse there. And there'll be other ones that we get along the way. One, we want to do these because it's going to help us unlock flying once flying becomes available here in Zereth Mortis. Also, by completing the full chain, we're going to get a couple hundred rep every time we complete those chains of quests, which is going to help us move us to the next level. So we want to make sure to get those done as we can. 1, we get flying. 2, we get rep. There's no other reason, no better reason to do it. So we're going to want to knock those out as we can as we go along through. We are also going to want to make sure that we complete the world quests that are out here, because they're going to be worth between 100 and 125 rep each. So we're going to want to make sure that we get those done as well. We're going to get 3 of those a day. So that's an easy 300 to 375 rep. So there's no reason not to do that. We're going to want to knock those out as quickly as we can as well, and do those every single day. We are also going to want to fight the rares. So each rare is worth between 10 to 15 rep depending on where it is. So if you go up in the northern part, up here where all the big elites are and some of the more tougher ones, those ones are worth 15 rep, whereas the ones down in the lower area, in the middle to southern area, are only worth about 10 each. Now you only get the rep once a day off them. So there are 29 different elites in the zone. So if you kill those, you can get, 300 to 350 rep in the day from those if you want to go that route as well. We also want to make sure to do our daily quests. So right off the start, there are only 2 daily quests. Each one is worth 75 rep, but similar to Korthia, I am guessing that there's going to be more daily quests that are unlocked. Same with as you do additional progress with Pock and some of the other side storylines, that is going to reveal more dailies as well. So we're going to want to make sure that we do those every single day as well. The last possible way that we could get some rep is there are tons of treasures around in Zereth Mortis. There are some of them that are going to give you rep. There's a few that I can think of off the top. There's one over here between some offering plates that gives about 75. It's not life-changing rep that it's going to give. I believe they all just give about 75, and there's a few of them. But it also counts towards the progress to patterns within patterns. So we're going to want to loot as many chests as possible anyways. So it's just a nice little bonus, this extra rep that we're going to get. Overall, if you do your dailies every day, the world quests every day, and you make sure to do the patterns within patterns every single time it's up, depending on how many rares you're killing, the duration that it's going to take, or how long it's going to take in order to move up in the next tier. So you should be able to be friendly pretty much right off the hop but it's going to take about 11 days to get to Honored. It's going to take almost a month, about 29 days, give or take, a day or two to get to Revered, and then it's going to take over 2 months, so about 64, 65 days to get to Exalted. But these numbers will change based on how many rares you've killed. If you're out there farming a ton of rares, then obviously you'll be able to get to it a little bit quicker. Same as if you were able to buy the contract once it's available and it's being sold on like the auction house. So you were to pick that up, you'd be able to chip away at it and help get to that Exalted a little bit quicker as well. So that brings us to the end of the video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know below. I'll do my best to answer your questions, and if I don't know, I'll go find out the answers for you. As always, we appreciate likes, shares, and subscribes. And until next time, we hope you're enjoying WoW Shadowlands 9.2 and keep coming back for more videos.